I've got mine on.
Okay, good. So my name is Chuck Williams, and it's my absolute honor and privilege to introduce my friend Alaine Nolt today. Alaine and I met, my goodness, it's probably been a year now, and we've been doing some business together and working together. And I've been able to watch her and really get an appreciation for her heart for helping other people. Literally, when you ask someone, what are you passionate about? And they tell you, and then you ask them, well, would you do it even if you didn't get paid? And most people are like, well, no, I'm not that passionate about it. Well, fortunately, Alaine does get paid for what she does, and she deserves every penny of that. But I know she would even if she didn't, because she is absolutely passionate about helping people. And the reason for that is really in her story. So, Alaine, I want to turn as long as you need. I'll wrap up at the very end, but I want you to take as long as you need to share your story and give some tips on how people can boost their immune system today. I'm personally looking forward to this myself. So, Alaine, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Chuck. I so appreciate it. And it's so great to be here today and to be able to share this. And oh my gosh, now's the time for what does boosting immunity even mean, and how can I do it, and is it possible? And we get inundated by all this information. So I'm here to kind of clear it out. Allow me to be the one that is learning for about 4 hours a day. And then I'll tell you what you want to know and what's going to get you to that strong, vibrant, energetic person. So, yeah, my story, I grew up in California. That's probably going to get some audio there from people, but I grew up and born and raised in California. And my mom and dad were way ahead of their time on physical activity, nutrition, positive thinking, how powerful the brain is, you name it. And I just kind of took it for granted. That was the way I grew up, and that's what I had. And through the decades of living life, I realized that, this might take a little bit of work. And so having 3 daughters and my own business, doing 20 years of corporate, balancing all the balls, I started getting just not feeling so good. And for me, that's not a thing. I have more side effects than anybody from anything, but for any prolonged not feeling good was a red flag for me. So I started going to specialists, and my turning point was when one specialist, who basically scoped me everywhere at once, we sat down together, and he said, your stress is so high that there is nothing I can do for you. So come back when you're less stressed. Okay, well, that kind of elevated my stress, right? My girlfriend had brought me because my husband was too busy, and we were trying to juggle all these balls. And I walked out with her going, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? I thought my stress was normal. I thought my lifestyle was normal for someone in their 40s living life. And it's like, well, I don't understand. So I started to really dig in as to why I was so stressed and what that meant and what some answers were. And I started to recognize how many people around me were taking this as normalcy. Okay. And it's kind of like we were before this whole pandemic. We were in a very normal routine of being stressed out, overworked, overscheduled, lack of sleep, no time to do anything, and too much information to really take it all in, and I'll deal with that tomorrow. So for me, I dug in, understood what does this mean and how can I help other people? I've got 3 daughters coming up, which is a challenge, with health and all that. And so now I've incorporated all of this into, as you said, helping as many people as I can. Who can I help today? Because you know what? When I see you in such pain, either physically or mentally or both, it hurts. It really hurts. So what I'd like to share with you today is, what is this immunity about? What is it? And how can I get it? And how can I maintain it? And Chuck, you had a really good speaker on, a chiropractor a couple weeks ago who dug into food really deeply. So I'm just going to touch on it. I'm going to touch on what I'm going to cover today is four things that will strengthen your immunity. The first one is food. The second one is activity. The third one is stress management. And the fourth one, honestly, is connecting to values. And I think whoever is watching this live or replay is going to be thrown from that a little bit, because when we think of immunity, I think most of us go, well, what can we do? What can we eat? And how do I get this? Okay. And so right now, I think everyone is feeling in this place of I need to stop it. I don't want to get it. And all their attention is on, I don't want it to attack me. But I'd like you to put your belief into not how can I prevent it from attacking me, but how can I be strong enough where it doesn't want to come near me. And there's a big difference. So think of like a cartoon. This is how I think of it. You know, those cartoons where all the bushes come alive and the buildings come alive and all these things suddenly have life to them, and they're attacking, and they're making you shrink in and feeling threatened, right? Your immunity is going to give you that armor, that superhero suit to go, hey, I've got it. You're not coming near me. And so your thought doesn't even go to how can I build my immunity, but this feels so good to maintain my strength. How can I share it? And so, you know, health is life. If you don't have your health, you don't have life. And people are focused on how long I'm going to live, not how they're going to live. My mom was a perfect example. She said throughout her life, I will always have my mind. I know this. I'm going to live to 100 and always have my mind. She lived to a couple months before her 90th birthday. The night before she passed away, she goes, well, my body is giving out, but thank God my mind never did. That's the power we have. That's what I'm talking about, immunity. Okay? So Jesse Eisler has a great, great quote. He says, never give your pain a voice. As soon as you give your pain a voice, it has strength. So when I hear, oh my gosh, it's just, I'm going to get high blood pressure. I'm sure I'm going to get, diabetes. My parents did. My ex-husband came from both sides of cardiovascular disease. But we started that, no, it's not a given he's going to get it. But how do we prevent him? How do we change his environment and his biology? So that's the focus I want you guys to think, is we might be predisposed to things, but don't give it power. Instead, okay, we might be predisposed to this. We might have these threats coming in, but this is about what we're going to do to strengthen us where we don't have to worry about it. We can put all that time, energy, and effort that we want and they have into the things that we're passionate, we're joyful about. We want to learn, we want to help, we want to serve. That's a big deal. So the first one, food. I'm going to touch on food here. Food is vitally important. It is your fuel. So when you hear, don't eat sugar, don't do that, don't eat red meat, don't do that, there is truth to it. Because what we're looking for when we fuel ourselves is sustained energy, not quick and dirty energy where we're going to have a crash later. If we had a Ferrari or a private jet, we would put the premium fuel into those modes of transportation. But for us, it's like, okay, well, we'll put in stuff because it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter. When we think of things that we're seeing being stored in our body, we're seeing our image changing in a way that we don't like to see it. Or maybe we're not sleeping through the night, or maybe we're not having our energy. Okay, how are we fueling ourselves? So that food is vitally important. So absolutely, I recommend no corn, no dairy, no red meat, no processed sugar, no processed foods. Because when we give our body things that it doesn't know what to do with, it goes, wow, well, thank you for this, but I don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to either use it really quick and try to get rid of it, or I'm going to store it because I really don't know what it is. So when I figure it out what it is, then I'll turn it into fuel. Well, most of those things never get to the fuel that we want. So it's like if someone gives us something, they hand us something and they go, here, I really want you to have this. And you go, why? You know, in your mind, you're like, I don't really want this. I don't know what to do with it. I'll deal with it later. And then that creates a clutter. We're creating a clutter in our bodies. And then at some point we have to go, oh my God, I have so much clutter in my body and my mind. What do I do with it? How do I start? So this is why how we fuel ourselves is so important. So we're not collecting that clutter to have to deal with later. The second thing is activity. Yeah, activity. Our bodies are meant to move. Absolutely. Absolutely. So whatever that is. Now, I'm a gym rat. I love it. It feeds me. When I have my dip in the day, I go to the gym. That's me. I'm not going to tell anybody else to go to the gym. My oldest daughter, if I even mentioned the word, she'd get angry. She doesn't like it. So why would I tell her to do it? Right? Now she has a kickboxing bag in her living room. She thrives off of that. She loves hitting things. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So my C-level execs are like, well, I can't do anything. And I go, yeah, you can. Okay, I'm at a desk right now and I'm a virtual person, but now I'm really virtual and I'm noticing how much I'm sitting. So every hour you get up, you move. You move your arms, you move your legs, you shake it about. You do a 2-minute dance party in your office. Yeah, Chuck, you move your arms. You're like, oh my God, like a cat. You can imagine a cat, right? Your cat gets up. It stretches every single muscle. It's not saying, oh, I can't go outside and play for 2 hours, so I'm not going to do anything. And we tend to get in that mindset. It's like, well, I can't go do my 4-mile run. I can't spend 2 hours in the gym. I can't do this. Number one, you're giving power to those words. You're absolutely right. You can't. Secondly, I don't care. Can you give me 5 minutes? Can you give me 2 minutes? Yeah, I think you can. We have these great little tools. You set it every hour. I'm going to get up and move. Gonna get up and move. I ran around my kitchen the other day. My daughter was laughing at me. She's like, Mom, what are you doing? And I said, oh my God, I got to do something. It's snowing outside, so I'm running around my kitchen. Most of us have stairs. We don't need a stairmaster. You have stairs. And there's actually a cute little video of this guy doing this toilet paper core workout. He has his legs on the couch and he's pushing these rolls of toilet paper around that, oh my God, he was doing planks and all this other stuff. Make it fun, but you got to move. Okay, the third one, now I'm going to go deep. I'm going to spend some time on this, so bear with me. Be open-minded, okay? Stress. Don't let it kill you. Don't assume it's normal. A few years ago, I was telling a friend about the anxiety, and I feel it right kind of between my rib cage, right? And somehow it came up in conversation, and I said, in total truth, I didn't even understand my words. I said, I don't know what it feels like to not have that anxiety. And she looked, and I'm like, what? I said, no, I feel this way literally 24/7. I go to bed this way, I wake up this way, I feel this way all day long. And she's like, that's not right. I go, oh, maybe not. But I honestly couldn't remember not feeling anxiety. Okay, do you know that what that was doing to me? It was eating from the inside out. There was no big symptom. I wasn't, my blood pressure was fine. I wasn't gaining weight. I didn't understand, right? So let me walk through the importance of stress management. Because stress management does manifest into all these symptoms that we have that we think are normal. Because that's what the outside marketing is telling us. That, oh, 30% of us are pre-diabetic or diabetic. Obesity is the new epidemic. High blood pressure, oh, just get on a statin, everything is going to be fine. And we take that as, oh, okay, it's normal. No, 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 it is not normal. I'm going to hold you by the hand and say, this is not normal. So what I do in the best way I have for people recognizing their stress and what they're allowing in. We talk about the toxins and how toxins hold on to us and what we can do to detoxify, cleanse, all this. Okay. What I'd like you to do is get in touch with your senses, and I'm going to focus on two primarily. Number one is your mouth, your taste, okay? So we talked about food, how important food is. Let me do the second part. What are you speaking? What is coming out of your mouth? I call it the boomerang effect. And people say, don't go to bed angry. Watch your words. Your words stick, your actions speak louder than words. We hear all these one-liners. Well, what does that mean? What are we speaking out? Because when we speak it, we believe it, we validate it, and then we respond. If there's someone else or something else in front of us, then that boomerangs back, and then we absorb. So I want you to take a note of what you're absorbing. What are you hanging on to? How are you feeding yourself? And how is that fueling you to your words and your actions? What are you giving out? Because what you're giving out, you're going to get back. You absolutely will get it back. And so if you're getting back things that make you feel uncomfortable, anxious, whatever, depressed, sad, fearful, all these words, okay, what are we allowing in? What are we taking in? What are we putting out? And what are we getting back? And how long are we holding on to that? Because we do have control over it. The second thing is our eyes. What are we seeing? Are we really seeing? Or are we only seeing things that validate what we're feeling? Oh my gosh, I can't get out of the house. I'm stuck in this house. Okay, are you? Are you really stuck? Or can you get outside? Can you actually see? There's a group that I think, Deb, you're in it. It's called The View from My Window. Okay, what are you actually seeing? And are you engaging in it? And is it something you want to engage with? What are you seeing? Are you seeing opportunity? Are you seeing solutions? Are you seeing happiness? Are you seeing joy? Are you seeing motivation? Are you seeing inspiration? Or are you only seeing despair, unhappiness, pain, sickness, fear, fright? I mean, what is it? And then it goes into, you can get into the ears. People are going, well, watch how much news you watch. Okay, maybe so. Yeah, I don't like watching people scream on the news. If they're screaming on the news, because I absorb it, I take it on and I can't handle it. But if in stories about numbers and statistics and doctors and nurses, yes, I'm very compassionate. It has a lot of power on me. But what am I going to do with that? Am I taking that on as a problem that's causing stress and anxiety? Or am I looking at it as, wow, that's a problem. That's causing me stress. What can I do about it? How do I oxygenate myself with what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm allowing in, and what am I going to do about it? Is it inspiring me now to help other people a different way? Is it inspiring me to help my kids with what they're dealing with? Is it giving me information that I can use where I can sleep better at night? I don't know. So what I'm encouraging people to do with stress management is be in touch with your senses. What are you bringing in physically and mentally, visually, audibly, all sensory? And how are you allowing that to either fuel you beneficially, or is it fueling you detrimentally? That's how we build up our immunity. I honestly haven't thought once about contracting this virus, not once. Because I believe that I am immune to it. It's not gonna get me. I just haven't even thought about it. And I encourage you guys to think, whatever you think is attacking you, your boss, your career, your way of life, your whatever it is it really attacking, or can you build up your forces? And how are you going to do that? Where are the cracks? Where are the cracks that you can fill in? The fourth thing, and this is very, very important, but I think you'll get it in a very short amount of time. The fourth thing is connecting to your values. And that's what was missing from me. When my stress was killing me, when my kids were saying, Mom, we're worried about you. Mom, you're killing yourself. I was not connected to my values. I was connected to things, and to the routines, and to the schedules, and to the have-tos and the should-dos. And, if this is the expectation that other people have of me, and I better match it. I better be that super mom, that tennis mom, that dance mom, that business owner, that prominent person in the community, that educated person, that solve everything for everybody person. Where the hell were my values? I mean, pardon me, but it's like, my values are my family. My values are helping other people. That's why I'm so passionate about my business. My values are my health. Because without my health, I am worthless to everyone that's important to me and everything that's important to me. So I encourage you to connect to your values, and you make time and you take time to connect to those values. Because when you give oxygen to yourself, everybody else breathes. Everybody else does. So take action now. Look for things that, if you think there's an obstacle, why is it an obstacle? Marie Folio says her mom gave her theme of what she does, and that's everything's figure-outable. Maybe we don't know it for what we know now, but we do know it if we allow ourselves to see opportunity, to see others, to see our gifts, to attach to our values, right? I asked people, I'll be quick, Chuck. I asked people a couple months ago, I did this whole survey, I guess it was last year. Everyone I ran into at the gym, in the grocery store, I was like this thing, and I'd say, can I just ask you one quick question? What's the biggest obstacle to your health? 100% time. And I thought to myself, how can I give these people time? How can I give people time? I've just given you time. You have all the time in the world. We all have the same amount of time. I ask you, how are you using it? Who do you want to be at the end of this virus? Who do you want to be 1 year from now? Who do you want to be 5 years from now? Because you do have the time. You have complete control over your time. So I'm going to close with, I'm going to be 60 next month, and I want to take as many people on this health journey as I can. So what does that mean? I don't know. I've got a lot of gifts. Chuck, you say that I love giving, and man, I'm giving. I've got stuff to give to you guys. So call me, text me, get a hold of me. But right now, I believe I've given you all a gift of time. I believe I've given you all a gift of immunity, but it's your choice. Will you boost it? Will you thrive? Or are you just going to continue to survive? And I will tell you, it's hell to only survive. Been there, done that, won't go back. So now I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Chuck Williams, who is an amazing father, grandfather, colleague, peer, professional, spiritual person, family man. He and his wife have been married for years and years. Very into health himself, very into helping people with their financial health along with their physical health. So Chuck, thank you so much, and I'm turning it over to you.
Alaine, I took some great notes, and I'm looking forward to going back and watching that presentation again and sharing that with many people I know. That is a message that needs to be shared. So thank you so much. And your passion is so obvious. I'm passionate about many things, as are you, my values, my family, my faith, but also helping people learn how to get the proper nutrition in their body. Because I believe when you put the proper nutrition in your body is a miracle. This is just one example of one product that I represent. There's like 200 plus products, but this is the key one. It's the #1 meal replacement shake in America. And it's that way for a reason, because it's packed with nutrition, but it's very low in calories. And so you mentioned some of the things that cause stress. Well, this is one of the products that really can help reduce stress by helping you get control of your appetite, getting the right nutrition in your body, get the right minerals and vitamins. It is an amazing product. In fact, if you look at the right-hand side of your screen and you see all the food on that platter, that's the amount of food you'd have to eat to get the same nutrition that's in this one little shake here. If you went to the grocery store and, bought all that food, it'd be about $30. Well, check this out. There's none of the bad, all the good in this product. And this is one of the things that drew me to Isagenix was the quality of the products, the results people were getting. And this is just some real people, real results. And it's not all about weight loss. When I first got involved personally, I was able to shed 23 pounds net because I lost more than that in fat while gaining some lean muscle. I did that without exercise. Now I exercise. It's like your daughter, Alaine, she finally got turned on to exercise. Well, I finally got turned on to exercise again. Having been an athlete in my younger years, after decades of not being an athlete, I got back into it recently. But here's examples of people who shrank, who grew muscle, lean muscle. So some people want to grow, some people want to shrink. But the main thing is get the proper nutrition in your body and let your body thrive nutritionally. Now, we like to start everyone with that one product, the shake that I mentioned earlier. And when I talk about $6 a day, we're talking about 2 of these meal replacement shakes a day. So literally over the course of a month, you're getting 56 of these meal replacement shakes to get the proper nutrition into your body. And we teach people how literally they can eat for free because there's a phenomenal referral program in place as you just simply share this with other people, refer this to other people. As long as they use your member ID to become a customer, you get credit for that new customer. A couple customers and you've already earned $120 back. So the entire pack is $168 for 56 meals. That's amazing. Oh, and did I mention 100% money back guarantee? And then you share with a couple friends, you earn $120. You're almost eating for free already. And we can teach you more. So I want to say this disclaimer real quick. I showed you some pictures. These statements appearing have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Isagenix products, which is the company we get our products from, they're not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. With that disclaimer, I also told you when you put the proper nutrition in your body, it's your body that performs the miracle. So I want to give you some choices here. You are in life today because of choices you've made and choices you've allowed others to make for you. Alaine gave you some phenomenal tips. And I want to encourage you at this point to take advantage of that. you look at the screen right now, do a print screen, email to yourself, whatever you want to do, write this down if you're old school like me, but get in touch with her. Ask her about her complimentary session to see if she might be able to help you on your journey here. And her predominant audience is the over 40 crowd, and that's me too. I love helping young people, I really do. And when I get the
Yeah.
opportunity to mentor a young person, I'm all over that. But my sweet spot is those baby boomers. There's a lot of stress right now. There's a lot of stress over their physical body and the quality of life they're gonna be able to live this second half of their life. There's also a lot of financial stress, spiritual stress, and I just want to help other people just like Alaine. So give it Alaine. Let us know how we can help you. And Alaine, I want to thank you for taking this block of time out of your schedule to share this information, share your passion, and I hope people will take advantage of your offer. You want to say anything when we close here?
Yeah, well, thank you. I certainly appreciate it. And it's all about touching lives as you do also, Chuck. And, just on a personal note, I have been using these products as is my daughters. And when you talk about energy and you talk about feeding your body in a healthy, nutritious way, that's absolutely imperative. Nutrients dense foods, pure foods, you know where they came from, you know what they do, and you feel the effects. I mean, when people say, oh, I had a shot of tequila and I felt it right away. I want you guys to be aware that you get these messages all the time with any food that you consume.
Mm.
And so to be very, very aware of, again, what are you putting in your mouth and how is your body responding to that? So I appreciate it, Chuck, and I'm here for everybody and anybody. And when people say, I'm put that out there that I'm going to help 60 people, because I turn 60 next month. Someone said, well, how are you going to do that? Hey, allow me to do that. I've got the solutions. I've got the creativity. I've got the opportunity. I'm here for everybody. So bring it in and help me celebrate next month.
Happy birthday in advance. Have a great day, everybody. Get back with Alaine and let her help you. God bless everybody.